say. But we'll speak about them a little bit later on. They're not playing, but we are ready to jump here into Alpine game number 4, final game for groups B and C. Let's see who takes the booyah this time. Is it going to be E-Arena yet again, or is someone going to be able to snatch it away? Now, the blue zone is going to be sitting in the top right-hand corner on Railroad, and a couple of teams they have been gunning for the blue zone, but it looks like we're looking at a pretty even spread. We've got one engagement happening in the bottom corner of the map. Diva going up against V Gaming, and it looks like we do have a couple teams gunning for the high tier loot zone. It's Heavy and King of Gamers.
But the thing is that with the blue zone being that far, like in the front, far from that, not so far, but like very much down where the flight path is, means that all the other teams will have ample opportunity to jump out early and get some early loot there. So I wonder if you really want to sacrifice, the chance for getting loot here just to be able to take control over the high tier loot zone. Heavy in the meantime getting double kills here. King of Gamers not looking too healthy at this point right now. Well, in the meantime, VGM still locked in a bit of a battle right now. Vantraz trying to chase. They were right out onto the rooftops here. Vero's gotta get caught right out there in the middle. Not much can do, punching him all the way while he's still down. In the meantime, King of Gamers gets himself eliminated by Heavy in this fight here. The first team to get eliminated from this map.
Yeah, very unfortunate. I mean, they did contest for high tier loot zones, and sometimes it does happen, but we still have Diwa here going up for this little skirmish. Now, so far, it's, okay, it looked okay until I take that back. VGM coming up with the backstab. Perfect backstab as well, but actually on the other side of the map, EVOS are going to be fighting up against Team Flash, and Diwa now down to their final player. It's all down to Rain, who's on the bridge. He's going to bail. He's going to try and go towards the vending machine, maybe try and go for the buybacks, but let's rotate to see where some of the other teams are so far, right? So V Gaming is here, but look who's encroaching on their territory. It's E-Arena, the last team you want to see when you dropped into a game.
Well, they sense some blood in the air right now, given the fighting that's been happening out here. SES, in the meantime, they tried to bump into Heavy inside that blue zone.
Oh, they regret it so much.
Regret very, very much indeed. 2 people already down. Heavy now still having 3 people. They did lose Buffalo during that last encounter, but they still have plenty to fight for here in this blue zone because there's plenty of loot to go. And in the meantime, E-Arena jumps straight onto VGM here, getting the knockdowns. VGM down to Boite and Van Tan, but then I don't know if they can hold their own, though. I don't see them having any glue walls either. I think they've already used them around the outside. VGM gets a double kill there, taking out the 2 members of E-Arena, leaving only 1 person left to try to run out of the zone there. There is a revive point nearby, and you can already see him immediately buy back 2 of his members.
Yep, they got the buys. They're just like, chow, we're going to grab everyone and just go. I think there was no way they were going to get the revival point anyway, right? Like, you have to sit on top of it to get the revives. But let's see what happens if maybe Shut Up can get out of here. Or they'll have to buy him back. We'll see. Maybe he can try and get this kill in. He doesn't quite get it. The relay's there. He will get it. Perfect. So Shut Up.
Watch out behind. Bond
I think he's got it. He's got it.
He's got it down. And unfortunately, that's going to be the end of his little run here, as he's going to be alone. And
they'll buy him back. Don't worry.
Yeah, he's fine. They're fine. They're okay. The rest of the team's already gotten out of this situation here. So it's
he did his job.
Yeah. Job very much done. So now that that is done and over with, Heavy now reigns supreme in the blue zone here, getting plenty of loot for themselves.
And Heavy are such big winners in that overall fight because firstly they got 7 kills to their name, they got the high tier loot zone, and they managed to defend themselves from King of Gamers and from SES.
Yeah.
SES tried to invade the blue zone, which firstly, I'm going to say very ballsy because you're going up against a team that is much more equipped. Maybe they thought they'll be injured. Who knows? They came a little bit too late. But here we go. EVOS actually going to be running into an engagement here. And 2 players are currently knocked down. Flash able to incapacitate some pretty important players on the side of EVOS Divine, which leaves 1 person left.
Yeah, 1 person left stuck on the rooftop. Flash already cleaning up house here very much. Haven't really gotten up to the next floor yet, but that does mean that this last member, Evo, is just going to have to sit very pretty and hopefully out of trouble. But Bio is already coming up on the rooftop.
Oh, they know.
Beyond, yeah, they know exactly where he is. He spots him right on the rooftop there now. Just going to try to flush him out. Beyond's going to be forced to run away, and then Bio shoots him from the other side, takes him down, and takes Evo's Divine out of this round.
Oh, unfortunately. I mean, he had nowhere to go. Like, he wasn't able to catapult himself anywhere. There was some cover, but they can hear you when you're running, right? So they'll just chase after you. So yeah, pretty unfortunate for EVOS. They'll have to wait for that next round to play out. We are going to switch over to Farang here. A team that's been very quiet, right? We haven't seen much from Farang so far. They've either been eliminated rather early on, or they have been the victims of some pretty bad harassment from some of the other teams.
But now I think they spotted a member of Heavy trying to encroach in the area, and I think there's already other members of Heavy making their way to this side of the circle, and you can see Farah moving in there. Is that going to be advisable though? Because Heavy, you remember, they would have been looting.
Too Bad's alone, but if Too Bad dies here, yeah,
there
he's
he
down.
goes. He's down.
There's no way anyone gets a revive off. He's too far away.
Yeah, and the next revive point is inside literally the high tier loot zone. The Heavy's already in control of, which is the train yard. So Bayet already comes inside this house here. Has a sniper rifle. Needs to get a target. Can he get it done though?
He wants a headshot. He can't get it though. He can't line it up.
Yeah, it's moving a little bit too fast.
Oh, the jump!
He tried.
He jumped. If he didn't jump, I think that actually may have been a headshot.
True.
Oh.
But now they know exactly where he is. They're already putting some suppressing fire on that window right now. But the rest of Farang, not too concerned, I think. Right now, they're trying to take this fight here, leaving Bayet to try to take whatever shots he can, while the other two members
He needs to leave, though. If you take a look at the map, Heavy is actually starting to encroach on that compound. So Bayet's, he's now alone. His team is in the circle. I mean, if you're Bayet's, you're going to be regretting your position now. You didn't get the headshot. You didn't get the kill that you were looking for. Now you're just going to get you're just going to get killed.
Yep, sunk cost fallacy. Maybe a grenade's going to be sent in. Doesn't quite do a lot of damage to the Bayet, but at least it keeps him knowing that he's being sieged up. That next one actually does quite the number of the Bayet now. Oh, he's definitely much in danger here. A grenade launcher there by Tom XT puts him on his knees. I think that's definitely much a decision that he will regret.
Yeah, just... I think if he just got that kill, then it may have been worth it, right?
True.
At least it's a 1-for-1, but he loses himself. I mean, at least his team gets into the circle, so they'll probably look into maybe trying to get a buy-in back here for Bayet, so we'll take a look at that a little bit later on. But here's the map position so far for a lot of the teams. So the circle's centering onto Militia so far, and it's an advantage here for Anxiety, who are currently centered on this map. Up top, we've got Farang, who's sort of scouting around to see if they can find anybody. They're next to one of the players of Heavy, but not close enough to go for a full-on engagement. Expand is also sitting in the center of the map as well, looking to gatekeep Team Flash, actually. No one goes down, though, but they might be in trouble because I'm very sure the gunshots are actually what's attracting Attack All Around, who's coming in from the southern side of the map.
Yikes.
So if Expand don't expect this, I think this is going to be a very bad backstab.
Yeah, and consider the fact as well that Expand does have a bit of a high ground
Oh,
here.
they see them.
They see them. They see Attack All Around trying to move in on their position, but they know how dangerous it could be, because this is literally them trying to fight a war in two fronts right now, trying to gatekeep both Flash and then now trying to defend their rear quarter from Attack All Around. Now that's forcing them to try to spend their glue walls here to try to make their approach. X-Royce is continuing to give some shots from the distance here in order to try to keep them at bay. But how long can they hold them off though, because the next circle still falls on top of all three of them. I mean, Flash, granted, they're just a little bit on the edge of that circle right now, and All Around's inside the save zone for the next round though, so they don't really have an incentive to move away. And we're going to see some guys trying to drop in there. Some of the teammates have been bought back into this fight, now trying to avoid the shots coming from Spade, who does spot the UAV, takes it out as well, as they are locked in battle here with Heavy on the northern side.
We've still got 9 teams in the picture so far, Victor, and 36 players. This is a lot of players to have now. And here we go. The circle is centering towards the northern section of Militia. So we do have a couple teams that are going to have to try and reposition, right? We've got Attack All Around. That's going to be pretty far from the circle. E Arena as well as V Gaming are going to have to make a rotation. And then you've got Heavy, who has to deal with Farang, who are currently gatekeeping them from going into that inner circle. Now, I'm curious to see what Heavy's going to be able to do here, if they can either break through this defense, or maybe it could be a case of Farang just not being able to land the shots. But here we go. Heavy, they've already lost one.
Yeah, he lost one. Now Mil is going to try to use the glue wall here to stay alive, but unfortunately kind of blocked his exit now, forced to try to break it out there. Grenade sending all around there. He's already down to a quarter of his health. He does get a knockdown on the outside though, but unfortunately can't quite hold his own, while the rest of Farang moves in there trying to take out the rest of Heavy. They've already taken out Tom XT completely. Now Buffalo is the last member left of Heavy, and he's already running far away, but he might just run into the arms of Flash though. Brian probably will be the one to spot him out if he can just find him within range there, but I think he might just pass them by.
I mean, they might hear him, but it also depends if they might want to go for a different fight altogether. But speaking of fights, so we've got a tackle round on the screen here with E-Arena. Now, we know E-Arena is going to be a very big team. Heavy, unfortunately, going to be eliminated here there by Team Flash. So Buffalo, he got shot down, sent back to the steakhouse. I don't know what you want to do with the Buffalo. But we have E-Arena going up against a tackle round. It's a 3 versus 4 situation, so numbers advantage so far in favor of a tackle round. Oh,
Nice
it's actually going down. E-Arena are about to get shut down by attack all round. They need to make it to top 3. They need those points, but I don't think they're going to get it. E-Arena eliminated.
Folky from the outside sees the two of them trying to go scramble to get themselves back in the fight and just completely rains on the parade. Triple A now finishing them off. That's still stuck outside the blue zone though, but they will be rapidly flying their way back in.
Yeah, they're flinging themselves back in. They're just like, all right, let's go. We have the power. We've eliminated E-Arena. We are good to go. But this circle, very, very small now. A tackle round, they have actually engaged into Axis. They're waiting for Folky to sort of come in, but the circle so far favoring Farang, Flash, SES, and V Gaming. We have Expand actually going around the western side of that circle, and they're actually going to try and run into Farang, it seems. Now, there are a lot of trees, a lot of compounds to work with so far, so entry looks to be rather safe. But as for the teams that are currently gatekeeping, it's a bit of a different story, right? We've got Anxiety trying to deal with attack all around, and so far they just can't get the angle. There's just too many buildings.
Yeah, too many buildings in the way here in Militia, which is the most densely, most dense complex, I think, on the map of Alpine. So this is proving to be a bit of a disadvantage right now for Anxiety because they have to try to run around the outside, but that's going to open them up to being shot at by VGM, who is already kind of gatekeeping them from the next circle. So a bit of a rock and a hard place right now as Triple A moves in as well to try to stop Anxiety from being able to escape the crutches of, I think, Boys is going to score on the outside. Firing in the meantime, getting taken out by Expand in the meantime, though. Triple A now continuing to try to keep the pressure onto Anxiety as they try to peel away right now. VGM is able to take out a shot onto one of the members of Triple A, and that's putting them in a bit of a tight spot now.
That's a very tight spot indeed, but so far Anxiety are looking to try and cut into attack all rounds advantage. It's a 4v5 so far. They're trying to gatekeep them. It's not quite working, but it looks like Jump God, he's going to be stuck in that blue zone.
So
he needs to get out, but no, the shotgun, it's going to be enough to take him out. But in the building, we actually have Hoisang who's trying to nap some kills. He knows there's no way he gets in there safely, so he's going to try and get some kills, but he won't be able to. Jumps out the window. AAA are out of the picture. V Gaming, though, still within the zone. Going to try and get into a safer position, but they're about to run into, I think is that one player for SES remaining? No, why is he alone?
He's alone completely, and now look at that one shot from Boite with the grenade launcher takes him out completely. Now the other two members are on the north side of the circle and very much focused on Team Flash.
Running into Expander, running into Flash. This is going to be terrible.
Oh, yeah, the glue wall's already brought out here. Bio trying to hold his own, but then they're right on the edge of the blue zone. Now he's going to dance around in the danger here. Risks very, very high here for Flash because they're down to Brian Gambit, taking a lot of damage here inside the blue zone. Not going to survive. Team Flash gets taken out completely. Now we're down to 4.
Expand, just bum rush them and kick them out of the competition. Now we're down to our final 4 teams. Now, unfortunately for Expand, this is an open ground. They're going to have to rely completely on their glue walls to get into that circle safely. Do they have anything that they can run towards? So a compound, a tree, a rock,
I don't see
nothing.
anything.
They've got to use their glue walls, but they're going down. They're dropping like flies. SES are just going for these picks from long range. Nobody is touching G'day.
Grenade's going to be sent down. I think Cobra's not going to be long for this world anymore. Boite is going to try his very best here to try to hold the flag
for
VGM.
1 versus
Anxiety
3.
getting taken out in that counter right now. So it's SES versus VGM right now. 1v3 here. This odds don't look too good for Boite at this point as he gets caught out, shut down completely. And that's the booyah going here to SES.
SES waving the Indonesian flag up high. They did a fantastic job yesterday getting the booyah. Now they got a second booyah in the exact same grouping. Indonesians are watching the broadcast going to be so happy with this. But, I mean, this was a very clear game for SES.
Oh,